Okay, hi guys, welcome back. And now we are reaching towards Java 8. So we have actually covered all sort of questions which can be asked from experience level of 1 years to I think 10 years in Java. So you can take that take a look on that videos from it is there in my channel, and you can say it's a search for Java interview questions. You will get it. It's comprises of oops concepts and threading questions. So somebody can ask you actually what are the new features that is released in Java 8. So you can always come up with Lambda expressions, stream API, datetime API, functional interface, interface defaults and static methods, optional. But the other things you most of the time you actually don't know. So these are actually base 64 encoding and decoding, Nash Horn JavaScript engine, collections, API enhancements, concurrency enhancement, the fork join framework enhancement we have just talked about in our last video. A split iterator is there, internal iteration is there, then type annotation and repeatable annotation is there, method parameter reflection is there, and then JVM parameter changes are there. The new permit space has been deleted, right? You have talked about a virtual space coming up into the picture. So now what can be asked is like what are the new features which were introduced in Java 8? We know days are now Java 17 and all things are going up, but still Java 8 is the main thing in the industry right now. I mean, most of them are using Java 8 only, who have upgraded from Java 1.6. So Java 8 is the main benchmark right now. So Java 8 actually supports a functional program. And how does it support? It support using Lambda and streams. The to the ease of doing high processing, how high data processing is done by streams now, and we can getting parameters names. We can do it by reflection. The reusable code is there because we have enhanced the corrections API. Our smart exception handling is there with the help of optional. Then control on JVM is there with the new parameter. The one we talked about in the future also we'll talk about it. Enhanced inscription support is there with the help of base 64. Fast execution is there with the help of Nash on JavaScript engine support. Now we'll talk about what is a Lambda expression. So first, for Lambda expression, we need to know what is an anonymous function. An anonymous function is something you can call and call it in like instantly without any class or object. Okay, so it's like a method that does not need any access modifier, name, or return value. It accepts a set of inputs and it will return the result. Okay, so Lambda expressions can be passed as a parameter in a method. So we can treat the code in the Lambda expression as a data. So this piece of code can be passed to other objects and methods. Okay. Now, what are the main parts of Lambda expression? So they see there are basically fundamentally three main parts. One is the parameter list. So a Lambda expression can have zero or more parameters, right? And then it's a arrow operator is there. So the arrow operator is known as Lambda arrow, which actually tells us that it will separate the list of parameters from the actual implementation. Then there is the expression body where the implementation or the piece of code is there. Okay. So if you can talk about, see, arrays is there, arrays.asList, ABC, ABD, and it will say for each, you can print it, right? So first of all, this is a immutable array, which will be formed, but that is a different part. So let's talk about what is a Lambda expression looks like. So if you see this E is basically the parameter list, and then this is the separator, Lambda arrow operator, and then this is the expression. Okay. So, and what is the data type of Lambda expression? Can be a question. It is a functional interface. So, in most cases, this is the java.lang interface. So, basically, you can pass any code as a data. So, if you can see, what is the meaning of following Lambda expression is just taking an input and printing that input. That's it. Okay. Now, why did Oracle release a new version of Java like Java 8? So first of all, the Java 8, whenever they'll ask you this question, you can directly jump on to three things. to make Java code run faster for higher processing, to make it support functional programming and other things also. But this is the two things. So it actually supports the functional programming now, and the database size is increasing. So we need multi-core CPU servers. There is need for Java to support the large scale system. That's why Java 8 has used this. And now we can actually create functional programs to interact efficiently with big data systems. So that's there. And then Lambda expression codes are very useful for cloud computing, where we can pass the code as a data and they can run on multiple servers. Then optional is there, which is a best practice. It is borrowed by from the Google Guava library for handling the exceptional cases. So this has made program more robust with support of edge cases, right? Then what is the advantage of lambda expression? We have just talked about that it reduces passing anonymous class every time to run a separate code block, and we can pass the code as a data in the server so that it can have processing faster in multiple servers, right? Now let's talk about what is a functional interface in Java. So a functional interface that has only one abstract methods, and it can have implementation, but a default method cannot be abstract. So there are certain things. So you can just say it can only have one unimplemented method, and that's how it can called a functional interface. There has been example called runnable interface. It has only one unimplemented method, that is called run method. Now, what is a single abstract method interface in Java? A functional interface can also be called as a single abstract method. So just remind yourself like this. Then how can we define a functional interface in Java? So see, there is no such case can be define. All we can do is we can put an annotation that is called @functional interface. However, there's no need, but yeah, that is can be done where Java compiler can easily accept that it is a functional interface. So the only exception to this rule is that if we override a java.lang.object classes method as an abstract method, then it does not count as an abstract method. Okay. So I'll do this tomorrow in the next video. The 10 set of questions is already done. So I don't want to bombard you on more questions today, or maybe in the next video we'll do it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Please let me know in the comments if you want anything else. Till then, bye-bye.